I've always been a real science fiction fan, and so I think that plays into it. It's a fictional world that I'm really comfortable with. The actual inspiration, I have no idea. I was doing a cross-country drive through the desert and telling myself stories, and I just kind of was in the middle of this idea of two people in this one body and kind of the antagonism and how that relationship would change, and the complication of them both loving the same person. And whenever you get an idea that's like complicated and exciting and like, oh, I could do a lot with this, then for me that's when you start writing things down.
Let's talk about the guys for a second.
Okay.
The kissing scenes and how was that?
It was fine, you know. I think always with that first take, it's a bit awkward and you're a bit nervous, but then you just get over it because you know you have to do it. You know, like you know, there's no getting out of it. So.
Are you ready to be like the next big sensation, the next heartthrobs? I mean, these girls are.
It's lovely that there are people who appreciate what Stephanie's doing, what Andrew's doing, hopefully what we're doing. But I think if you worry, if you get too concerned with that sort of stuff, you can actually drive yourself crazy. I think what we've got to do as actors is pay attention to making.
Yeah. And try to hold no expectations.
Yeah.
Either way.
How is it working with Diane?
I love Diane. I mean, Diane's a great actress, and I had quite a bit to do with her. It was great because our characters always have so much tension between them, and there's always this sense that they don't trust each other, and they'd much prefer if the other one was kind of out of the picture. And I really like having that kind of dynamic between two characters.
It was definitely a departure for me. I've never really played the bad guy, and then what I liked about it is you don't really know. You think she's the bad guy, but is she really? Because what I liked initially about the project was usually aliens in films are portrayed as the bad guys, and you know they're evil and want to kill everybody. And in this one, you know, they actually make this world better. Like there's no more wars, there's no more competition, no more pollution. So they have a lot of good to bring to our world, and I thought that was interesting.
Right off the bat, you know, everyone's going to be comparing this to Twilight, of course. Do you welcome that comparison?
It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, this movie wouldn't have been made without that, so obviously that's a really good thing. But there's also, I mean, with all the Twilight positivity that is out there, there's an equal, if not greater, share of negativity. And I hate for that, you know, landing on this film, which to me is such a different world.
It's great to have a built-in fan base, but I do truly believe that this is a very different film. And you've got your brother. You take your brother.
Yeah, my brother's a 30-year-old dude who, you know, lives in Arizona, drinks beer, plays with his dog. And I would say, go see this movie, and I wouldn't be steering him wrong. He wouldn't call me later and say, okay, send me $12 back, you know?
Well, it's the same author, so obviously that's going to be a comparison, and there's a love triangle. I think it's a little more complex, the story, than Twilight, and obviously we don't have vampires, but I don't know, I mean, if a third of the fans of Twilight show up, that would be great.